and I think we can get started now. A very warm welcome to all the healthcare leaders, investors, and innovation experts joining us today to witness breakthrough solutions that aim to make healthcare affordable, accessible, and efficient for billions worldwide. Hi, this is Pankaj Gupta, Managing Partner at EthAum's Venture Partners. We are a zero BS revenue scaler and fund based in Singapore with approximately 120 startups in our portfolio. Through our zero BS healthcare revenue scaler program, we have onboarded some really transformative startups, disrupting critical areas such as remote patient monitoring, spine surgery, cancer detection, chronic disease management, telehealth, kids wellness, and so on and so forth. Of course, an impressive lineup of startup pitches deserves an equally impressive jury. We are extremely fortunate and privileged to have seasoned experts from the healthcare investment innovation spaces joining us today. They will evaluate startup pitches, share their feedback, score startups on different aspects of the business, and obviously guide founders on scaling and creating impact for the affordable, accessible healthcare ecosystem. Dear jury members, may I request each of you to introduce yourself, probably 30 seconds each, and then we can obviously move on to the startup presentations. If I may start with Gitesh. Gitesh, could you please introduce yourself?
Well, hello. Good day, everyone. My name is Gitesh Dubal. Thanks for having me here today to tell you a little bit about my background. I'm based in the US, 20 years experience in healthcare, mostly in commercial roles, primarily in the US, but also have in-country experience in UK and Ireland and global experience as well. I've had the pleasure of leading 10 launches across my career and doing something different now where I'm leading 2 startups at the moment. One is a consulting practice and the other is a health tech focused at enabling pharma sales rep be more effective and efficient. Looking forward to the conversation today.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Gitesh. Really appreciate your time today. May I request Jonathan to go next, please?
Hi, hello, everyone. Pleasure to meet you. Jonathan Hall. I'm managing partner of Potentia. We're an investment and advisory firm with presence in London, Dubai, and Bangladesh. We cover mainly mid-market, healthcare, also food, transport, a little bit of real estate. Previously, I was with TVM Capital Healthcare Partners for a number of years, looking at healthcare projects, primarily in the UAE and Saudi, but we also acquired a medical device manufacturer in Egypt. Personally, I've been an angel investor and early stage board member of a number of companies, not so much in healthcare, but elsewise. And similarly, looking forward to the conversation today. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Jonathan. Really appreciate your time today. Maureen, could you please go next?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Maureen Rinkunis. You can call me Mo if you'd like for short. I'm based here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Very, very cold morning. Happy to be joining. I am part of the Rock Health team, and we invest in early stage digital health startups and help established players navigate the digital health landscape. Over my 20 plus years, I have focused on corporate innovation, on venture building under both accelerator and venture studio models, investing in early stage companies, as well as doing advisory work related to healthcare and innovation. Thanks for having me today.
Thanks a lot, Maureen. Appreciate your time today. Vaishali, could you please go next?
Absolutely. Apologies for my camera. I have a terrible flu, so that's why it's off. But lovely to meet everyone. Blessed to be on this call. There's so many different things going on here. Very interesting startup. So I wear multiple hats. I am by day a VC. I also advise a family office, and we look at everything from deep technologies, AI, robotics, machine learning, quantum photonics, and all of those use cases within healthcare. My other hat looks at advisory. So we have a consultancy that looks at the innovation model in a very different way, where we're looking at technical due diligence beyond your usual and the validation efficacy of these types of technologies within the healthcare space. So lovely to meet you. Jurisdiction focus, UK, Europe, India, South Korea, and the US. Lovely to be here. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Vaishali. Anuj, could you please go next?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Anuj. I am here from Fuel Venture Capital, which is a Miami-based venture capital firm. We manage around 550 million US dollars in AUM, have 4 funds, and we are a technology focused firm, typically investing in early stage to growth stage companies across the globe as well. So really happy to be here.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Anuj. Spencer, could you please go next?
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Spencer. I work with VU Venture Partners. So we have 5 different verticals. I work on healthcare team where we focus on healthcare and tech, typically between seed to Series B stage companies.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Spencer. Annalisa, could you please go next?
Hi,
Hi,
my name is
everyone.
Lisa. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
It's
Similar
Annalisa
name.
or Lisa?
I was requesting Annalisa, and Lisa, you can go next,
Perfect.
please.
Perfect.
Great. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for having me here. I'm Annalisa. I'm senior analyst at PathKeeper Partners. It's an Italian venture capital firm investing in life sciences and healthcare startups, both biotech and medtech, at Italian, European, and worldwide level. We invest from seed till later stage early growth. And we are based in Italy. Prior to that, I worked at the technology transfer office of an Italian research hospital and had an experience as in the strategy and innovation consultancy. And I'm an engineer by background. Looking forward to our conversation today.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Annalisa. Lisa, could you please go next?
Super. Thank you. Hi, my name is Lisa. I represent Wellington Partners, Life Sciences. We're the oldest life science venture fund in Germany, been around for 30 plus years. And as the name would suggest, we invest in life sciences in the healthcare space. So that's everything from biopharmaceuticals to medtech, digital health, and diagnostics. We are sort of similar to PathKeeper, so seed to sort of early stage investor. Ticket sizes vary depending on the size and the need. And we have a geographical focus, which is most of our investments are in Europe, but we do have a mandate to look beyond Europe as well. So we do look at, and there we are very agnostic as to where innovation comes from. But about myself, prior to this, I was in strategy consulting for 5.5 years, doing life science and biotech strategy and transactions. And before that, doing a PhD in molecular cell biology. So very
Awesome.
Academic and science background. So
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
lovely to meet you all.
Really appreciate your time. Miguel, could you please go next?
Sure. Nice to meet you all. I'm Miguel Gallo from Impact Ventures PSM, an impact investment firm, part of Promotora Social Mexico, located in Mexico City, and we invest in social entrepreneurs alongside the whole LATAM. We have 2 funds, a 5 million pre-seed fund and a 50 million Series A fund. We're agnostic in sectors, but we have a special care for healthcare, education, fintech, and climate tech.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Miguel. Mary, please. Yeah.
Hi, pleased to meet everyone. So I'm Marie, currently based in Munich, but the fund is based in Singapore. So I'm investment associate for Verge Health Tech Fund. We are a specialist firm focusing on health tech, but have no geographical restrictions. So we invest anywhere from North America all the way to Africa. And yeah, we are a global team spread out. We invest in early stages from pre-seed to Series A. Ticket size ranges from $500,000 to 1.5 in US dollars. And in terms of categories, we invest in deep tech as well as digital platforms. And my personal background is in neuroscience research and sensor technologies.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Marie. Appreciate your presence today. Guy, could you please go next?
Of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Guy Maytal. I'm based in New York City. I have a 20-year career in academic and private sector medical practice, clinic building, and organizations. By training, I'm a psychiatrist, but also have experience in general medicine and palliative care. And I'm currently the chief medical officer at Forge Health, which is a mental health services company that is out to provide exemplary care that's accessible and affordable to people dealing with mental health and substance use conditions.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Guy. Lucas, could you please go next?
Yeah, of course. Good to meet you all. My name is Lucas. I'm active at NLC Health Ventures. NLC is a venture builder based out of Amsterdam, but focused on mostly Europe and the US. And we're a venture builder, all focused on health tech. So and then mostly medtech and biotech. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Thanks a lot, Lucas. Last but not the least, we have Justice on the call. Justice, please go ahead.
Hey guys, it's great to meet you all, and thanks for having me today. My name is Justice. I'm based in Toronto, and I'm an investor at Esplanade Ventures. We invest in early stage digital health companies across Canada, States, Europe, and a little bit of Israel, typically from seed to Series B. And looking forward to seeing some of the pitches today.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Justice. Again, thanks to all the jury members for being part of this session today. We look forward for your sharp questions and valuable insights for our startups. Please remember to score each and every startup after their pitch, and obviously provide your feedback after the Q&A session and at the end of the session. I'll just give you a bit of structure on the session. So we will have 4 minutes of pre-recorded video pitch that will play. After each presentation of 4-minute long pre-recorded video, we will take 1 or 2 questions and founders will be able to respond to them. If there are more questions, we can probably take them in the chat section, and obviously we will schedule one-on-one sessions between you and the founders for deep dive. Now let's dive in and explore how these startups are shaping the future of healthcare innovation. Our very first presentation is Gense Technologies, which is Hong Kong-based startup offering a portable health screening device for preventive screening and chronic disease management. Give me a moment before I start the presentation. And
hi, this is Justin, the founding CEO of Gense Technologies. At Gense, we have a portable AI health screening device that does preventive screening and chronic disease monitoring. So we primarily operate in liver, fat liver mostly, but we also have capabilities in lungs and kidney. So on the top left is our main EIT device. It stands for electrical impedance tomography, and it connects to 2 things. So it connects to the belt in the middle, where we wear around the torso. Normally, if it's liver, we wear around the waistline area. And then it's a 1-minute test that is done via an app on the tablet. So the tablet would generate the results in real time, normally within a minute, and it's on App Store, on Apple Store, and Google Store as well. So a bit of our background, we're invested by the Hong Kong government, Alibaba, and a couple of institutional investors, including some universities funds. We've also been named on Forbes and Jumpstarter and other regional competitions as a winner. We also partner with over 10 professors, so in Hong Kong and US and elsewhere as well. So it's both in clinical and the engineering side. The reason why we focus on fat liver, it's because of the prevalence. So 2 billion people has fat liver disease globally. And it's important because it doubles the healthcare cost. So for people who have fat liver versus who don't, basically they have to pay double for all the care. And it's partially because it's the leading cause of liver cancer, HCC, and liver fibrosis as well. So that's where we jump in, where instead of tackling disease later down the road, where it's much less reversible, we do it early on with fat liver, where you can reverse in 3 months to 6 months. How it works is quite simple. With an operator putting on the belt, it takes around 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be a nurse or doctor. It could just be a volunteer or social worker. The actual test itself is 39 seconds for liver. If it's a bit higher, it's normally for kidney and lungs. The results in real time, so we have the numbers out, really easily interpretable ones, and those are benchmarked with clinical standards as well. So all in all, it's around 5 minutes per person. And that's why it allows us to do corporate screening, to do home screening, and sort of the mass screening that we can do to do lead generation and customer engagement as well. So the technology is called EIT, electrical impedance tomography. And the way it works is quite simple. So fat liver tissue and non-liver tissue have very different electrical profiles. So conductivity, resistivity across frequencies. So we sweep those frequencies, generate image out, and extract the region of interest that we want to look at. And we benchmark with clinical standards, so with ultrasound, with MRI, so that it can be easily translatable into the clinical usage as well. We have done a couple hundred of clinical trial subjects, thousands of commercial scans, and the sensitivity, specificity are both around 80%. All of those results are partnered with our professors' partners. So some of those are in clinical side. So these are the ones that are in lungs, liver, kidney. We also have engineering professor partners and mathematical professor partners on our algorithm and sort of the entire system model as well. This is a sample report. It's a simple structure where you have the risk factor, the number that you can easily follow through. And we also have a really in-depth report that allows people with limited medical background as the operator to explain to users about dietary, exercise, and lifestyle changes as well. So this is our app. It is quite easily readable. With 9 patents, we have 90 publications, including Nature Scientific reports. We also have international standards such as ISO 13485 and 60601 for the medical electronic safety. And yeah, we have been operating in elderly homes, private clinics, and public sector. And we have been expanding globally as well. So we're mainly in developing countries. In India, Indonesia, quite a lot of push this year. But we also have partnerships setting up in the US, UK as well. So thank you very much.
Okay, so that was a very quick presentation from Justin. Do we have any questions for Justin? Justin is here to take your questions, and you may be seeing Paul on your screen. Please respond to that. Jury members, please unmute yourself.
Sorry, hi, Lisa here. I have a question around your go-to-market strategies. It seems you're going after a very fragmented market. How are you planning to reach the required hospitals and care sites without having a... so how are you planning to approach that? Because I assume marketing might be quite a challenge and very expensive.
It is. The couple of markets that we're already in, we mainly go for distributors. So some of those white label device, some of those already have clinic chain partners or elderly home partners. So our primary market is primary care. So pretty much everything pre and post hospital. We help them with, if it's a private clinic, with lead generation. So it's a really simple to use tool that you can screen dozens of people with one device one morning, right? And after they notice they have VITALERTER or whatever disease that we screen out, it's much easier to do that follow-up. And it's also a really good engagement tool for them as well. So not only after the first test, the first thing they ask is, when can I do the next test? Because they have received advice, how can I manage to have whatever? 3 months later, they would typically see some changes. So that's how they stay engaged as well. So that's sort of the blueprint of how we enter different markets. And the good thing is we can give them results in real time. So some of those, they do home care as well. Usually they do maybe blood draw or some other stuff. That takes a couple of days for them to get back to. But this, they can do immediate follow-ups, immediate lead generation. So that's how sometimes we start with that partnership as well.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can probably take one more question.
Sure. Just on the fact that you provide a device, I mean, I'm assuming you probably outsource the manufacturing for that. If that's the case, I mean, and your patents also cover the device, do they? And I guess the question also on pricing, how do you sort of split pricing between hardware, software?
Right. Yes. So a couple of questions, right? The first one, the device, we designed the hardware and software by ourselves. So we have a contract manufacturer that we can basically just do the assembling. So we both do semi-knockdown products that we can produce in different markets so that they can be made in that market with the sort of the basic supply of the semi-knockdown components. Or we can also do the entire thing out of that factory that we have fully certified as well. So that's the first question. The second one is more about business model, I'm assuming. So yes, you're correct that we have the hardware and software sort of cost. The hardware is a one-time cost. So you have the hardware and then that basically covers the belt and the entire system. The recurring sort of revenue that we have, it's basically the digital token and the consumables. So that's how we have that ongoing per scan revenue as well. Happy to share more offline.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thanks
you.
a lot, Justin. There are more questions in the chat section. Please take care of them. And again, I request all the jury members and other members to probably show your interest for Justin so that we can schedule a separate one-on-one session between you and him. Next presentation is Genesis Medical Vision, which offers an AI-powered solution for early detection of cancer. And here we go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Imagine you could extract the mind of the world's leading professor and turn it into an algorithm. Imagine you could take the mind of 10 such professors, combine all their clinical knowledge, years of experience, places of disagreement. This is exactly what we in Genesis Medical do. Our deep and unique technology allows us to imitate and replicate the logic and intuition of the physician and turn it into an algorithm. Thanks to that, we can automatically detect cancer at the earliest stages possible with the highest level of accuracy and reliability. Hello, everybody. My name is Shai Cohen, CEO and co-founder of Genesis Medical Vision. Genesis is an early detection of cancer AI platform. Our proprietary technology allows us to solve the main problems hampering the adoption of AI into medical imaging and specifically the early detection of cancer, one of the large global domains to which AI has yet to truly penetrate. In our vision, we're building a full pan-cancer platform where the patient should go through a full-body PET-CT scan and our system should recognize all 15 abnormalities at the earliest stages possible. Our super strong team comprises of the leading professors in the country. Myself, your humble servant, coming from a business background, together with the leading radiologist, oncologist, nuclear medicine expert, the mathematician professor who has been developing our very deep technology, and strategic investors. Our first product in the platform is the G4 Lungs, allowing automatic screening of lung cancer, the second most common type of cancer, but the deadliest of them all, mainly due to late detection. We're progressing great with the product, which has already finalized clinical trials with our design partner, the largest medical imaging provider in the country, showing remarkable results. We've reached 97% sensitivity with a mere 0.2 false positive per case at the other end. These are results that are not 20-30% better than the competition. They are 10 to 15 times better than any other existing system, which have now allowed us to enter cooperation with the leading global institutions in the field. In Europe, we've partnered with iDNA, the leading global lung cancer organization, for a strategic project spanning across 11 European countries, affiliating with the two most important screening programs in Europe and the UK. In the US, we're in the middle of a study with MGH in Boston, one of the best hospitals in the world. We're building a large-scale project with one of the leading radiology companies in the US, the ICP of the first product, and a designated screening program for the US Patent Association. The G4 Lungs is fully integrated into the PACS system and clinical workflow of the radiologist, fully automates the entire process of interpreting a chest CT scan, from patient prioritization, nodule detection, Landgraf classification, proper segmentation, and accurate measurements, allowing comparison with the previous cases and calculating the volume doubling time of the finding, all the way towards a fully automated recommended report. This allows to dramatically spare the interpretation time, increase healthcare providers' revenues, and improve diagnostic accuracy and clinical outcomes. The product has received the Israeli Ministry of Health medical device approval and has started the process towards the FDA, and is now entering commercial pilots in Brazil, Poland, and Israel. We're in the middle. We've partnered with the most accurate bodies throughout the world for our stage, showing great traction. We're now in the middle of a seed round aim for bringing the first product into market after the US clinical trials and FDA regulation, full development of the second product for prostate cancer, and registration of our 7 patents. We've just received a second grant from the Innovation Authority, and an investor which will now provide the matching funds could enjoy even better terms and price than the first price round. At the core of the story lies real and deep technology that is already touching the holy grail and huge market of early detection of cancer. If you want to join us on our journey, we'd be more than glad to speak with any one of you. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. We have Shai on the call. We can take 2 questions for Genesis Medical Vision. Jury members, please.
I have a question. Just on the failure rates, if someone could go through just what's happened with that and what your mitigations will be on that, because the picture's great. Just want to know about the sort of defensibility piece. Thank you.
Defensibility in terms of IP protection?
No. So where it said that you have, is it 0.7% in terms of the failure rate?
Yeah, in terms of the sensitivity, yeah.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, we're reaching, in the clinical trial, we've reached 97% sensitivity.
This far exceeds everything that exists in the market. Still, we're speaking about medicine. In medicine, you can't expect to reach 100%. And the more important question is not only the sensitivity levels you reach, but at what price of a false positive you get into it. And the fact that we were able to reach 97% sensitivity with a mere 0.2 false positive per case at the other end, that's the more interesting part and basically proves our main claim that thanks to our unique non-statistical approach to AI, we can completely break the paradigm of the trade-off between sensitivity and specificity. Increase one not on the expense of the other, but the other way around. Step by step, suppress false positive rates down until we reach a result that provides a real solution to the problem.
Thank you.
Let's take one more question, Shai.
One quick question from my side. Thanks for the presentation. I have a question about the data set and the ground truth data. I didn't have the time to read that in the presentation. Is it a single expert read, or do you have a verification from longitudinal outcome data?
Yeah, in this specific study, we've done several studies, and each one a different form of establishing the ground truth. But in this specific study, the ground truth was established based on 5 different radiologists in 2 different panels. The first panel of 2+1. Each case was first read by 2 single radiologists. In case of agreement, all good. In case of disagreement, it went up to a 3rd radiologist who serves as an arbitrator. And after this panel, we compared the results, and we've seen good results, but we've also seen that we have detected nodules that neither of the first 3 radiologists have detected. We've shown these objects to our chief radiologist, chief medical officer, which in the most of the cases said, yes, this is a true nodule and not a false positive. We've then taken these objects to a second panel of 2 additional radiologists, shown them unblindly these objects, and yeah, in the vast majority of the cases, they said, yes, this is a true finding and not a false positive. Meaning we've also identified findings that neither of the first 3 radiologists has identified.
I see. Thank you.
Thank you, Shai. I would request to have more questions in the chat section, and we'll have to move on to the next presentation, which is PathKeeper Surgical. It's an AI 3D imaging solution to enhance accuracy and real-time guidance during spine surgery. And here we go.
Good morning. My name is Erez Lambert, the CEO and founder of PathKeeper Surgical. Today I'm going to present to you our AI-driven medical device company that is already FDA cleared, has more than 150 spinal surgery done, and have a significant commercial agreement in place. Spine surgery demands extreme precision in tight anatomical places, and current solutions are just not good enough. Up to 30% of screws are misplaced, creating a risk of revision and clinical problems. Navigation systems today rely on X-ray radiation. However, that requires more than 3,000 X-ray per year, hurting both staff and patients alike. Robotics and CT-based navigations cannot account for anatomical movement, and they remain expensive and difficult to apply, especially in the ASC and community hospital. The result is simple. Most spine procedures still operate without the accuracy of tool they need. The field needs a new class of navigation. We need an AI-driven radiation-free technology. We need real-time, sub-millimeter accuracy that adapts to true anatomy. We need a compact and affordable solution that is suitable for the ASC and mid-range hospitals. And we need a platform that can grow beyond that. This is the gap that PathKeeper is filling. PathKeeper is a fusion of optical engineering and anatomical AI. We built a high-resolution 3D camera that is specifically designed for spine and orthopedic surgery. It works together with our anatomical AI engine that is trained on proprietary data and refined from every case. This architecture supports seamless workflow and a hardware platform that can scale for all types of surgeries and beyond spine surgery. Anatomical AI enables capability that no other navigation system can deliver. We provide deviation alerts that warn the surgeon before a breach. We reduce the risk of wrong-level surgery, and we produce real-time surgical analytics to support outcome optimization. AI turns navigation from a static reference into a live surgical intelligence layer. Spine is only the beginning. With minimal invasive innovation and markerless need arriving soon, our potential market grows by an order of magnitude. This positions PathKeeper as a universal navigation platform across orthopedics and beyond. Market feedback has been exceptional. Highridge Medical, a top 5 spinal implant in the United States, performed a deep due diligence and signed a commercial agreement with us. They committed to buy 12 units and are building a funnel of more than 100 units for 2026. In parallel, our direct channel is active. We are working with Mayo Clinic, with Hadassah in Israel, and USPI has begun formal evaluation. We have also recently received Vizient Designated Technology Award. Our business model is a high margin recurrent revenue engine with fast ROI for surgeons. The system sells for $350,000 at a roughly 90% gross margin, and recurrent revenue from disposable and software can add up to another $350,000 per site per year. With Highridge, Vizient, and USPI engaged, we expect to surpass $5 million in the next year and have significant growth after. PathKeeper is a clear winner in the ASC and mid-market range. We are the only platform that combines AI and true 3D optical imaging with zero radiation. CT and robotic systems are expensive, hard to deploy, and not that accurate. Our only optical competitor, 7D, has been suppressed by our AI engine and micro-camera technology. We have better accuracy, better workflows, and better cost profile. We have the team to scale. Dr. Richard Westmore, Harvard-trained neurosurgeon, leads our clinical strategy, and Ryan LeBlanc drives commercialization with more than 10 years of experience in spine sales. And we have a strong technical team in Israel, focused on AI, optics, and engineering excellence. We are raising $10 million to accelerate our commercial growth. With strong partnerships, high margin, and powerful platform roadmap, and a clear value proposition for the ASC, we are positioned for rapid adoption. The recent acquisitions of Monogram, a pre-revenue robotics company, show the strategic buyers are active. PathKeeper has a clear exit potential within the coming years, and we welcome you to join our path. Thank you very much.
Okay, we can take 2 questions for PathKeeper. Do you remember, please?
Thanks for that. That was really helpful, Erez. The one question I have is, what do you see as kind of barriers to adoption at $350? It's not a large cost for a healthcare system overall, but what's kind of the process and what are the barriers that you're running into that impede adoption?
Right. Before we signed with Highridge, the main and got the Vizient approval, these were the 2 main issues that were staggering our growth. One was distributions. The big, well-known distributors are usually tied up with one of the big companies. And so without Highridge relationship, we were unable to reach, the big, strong distributors. The second one is the classic, VAC, the ability to get into contract into hospital. Now with signing Vizient, we have access to more than 5,000 hospitals that we are already on contract with $350,000 and recurrent and software as a service, all those elements already agreed on, already in place with the whole 5,000 hospitals that Vizient support.
Thank you. One more question, please.
What's the actual learning curve for the surgeon here? What does the training look like?
Right. We see that it takes between 1 to 3 surgeries to adopt PathKeeper and become faster than you were before, even on the specific things that PathKeeper actually does, because we save about 20 minutes just on taking the O-arm spin in the surgery room. Our AI makes the process very, very easy to understand. So it's really very simple workflow and very streamlined. So again, 1 to 3 surgeries depends on the type of the surgeon.
Thank you, Erez. And you may have seen poll on your screen. Please respond to that. If you have more questions for Erez, yes, I see more from Gitesh. Thanks a lot, Gitesh. Please use chat section. The next presentation is Albert Health, which provides AI-powered chronic disease management solution, enabling behavioral change and lifestyle modification. And here we go.
Hi, I am Serdar, co-founder and CEO of the Albert Health. Albert Health is a multi-chronic disease management platform that leverages AI. Here is a quick overview of where we stand today. We have raised $3 million to date and delivered disease management programs with 19 B2B customers across 3 languages, English, Arabic, and Turkish. Our partnership includes global pharmaceutical companies such as Roche, Pfizer, Novo Nordisk, hospitals like Memorial NHS, and insurance like Tavunia, Bupa, Medisa. The challenge we are focusing on is treatment adherence. Even the best therapy fails if patients with chronic disease don't comply, driving higher costs and mortality. Globally, over 50% of people with diabetes skip medicines, and lifestyle adherence is even lower. This costs the health industry $600 billion each year. We empower patients with medical articles designed by doctors, metric trackers, and medical insights based on patient-reported outcomes, medication reminders to increase adherence, smart device integrations, including Apple Health and Google Fit. Also, patients can record their symptoms, nutrition diary, and share them with their doctors during their telehealth consultation. Our AI-based voice assistant, trained by doctors, supports every user. Yet, the true backbone of the app is its personalized gamification journey. By completing tailored tasks, users advance through disease management skill levels, ensuring engagement, confidence, and sustained health outcomes. Our differentiation comes from the AI engine that drives personalization in disease management. Our medical team designs every journey to ensure clinical accuracy, and our AI continuously adapts these journeys based on patient data from the app. Each user gets a unique path. Zeynep with obesity and prediabetes won't follow the same journey as Otman with diabetes and hypertension. How we are creating business value across the ecosystem. Pharma companies work with us to activate patients and generate real-world data. In one of our clinical trials, our app improved treatment adherence from 62% to 85% within just 3 months. Insurers partner with us to reduce healthcare claims and market differentiations. Here is what it looks like in practice. In a diabetes cohort of 1,000 people, you can save $173,000 with Albert Health. Healthcare providers to open new revenue streams and increase patient loyalty. You may wonder, is it working? Yes. In a randomized controlled trial of our diabetes program, Albert users outperformed usual care patients with a reduction of 1.07 in A1C levels. It means Albert is effective as one of the most prescribed diabetes medication. Is it valid? Yes. Albert is CE certified. Under the European Union Medical Device Regulation, MDR, it has been recognized as a Class 2A software as a medical device. We were founded by 3 former Siemens engineers and are supported by a leadership team of in-house medical doctors and engineers. We have started in the UK and Turkey, now expanding into MENA region. We are now raising a $750,000 convertible note. The goal is simple: reach break-even before Series A, secure landmark contracts in the GCC, and launch our virtual clinic. We have already secured $700,000, and we will be closing to remain in allocation with a strategic investor. We believe chronic disease outcomes improve only with patient empowerment, and Albert Health exists to make that a reality. Thank you.
Fantastic. Questions for Albert Health?
Could you please share any more data on adoption, adherence, compliance, and dropouts rates? Thank you.
Sure. Let me share my screen. Can you? I prepared some backup slides for the questions. Actually, monthly retention is one of our North Star metrics, because even we acquire the users with the doctors, we are responsible for the retaining them. And our retention rate increased in the last 1 year with our gamification implementation. Now we have reached more than the 80,000, which is really above the global the standards. By the way, it differs from the disease by disease according to also seriousness level of the disease. For example, in cancer, in enteral nutrition, tube feeding, it's above 95%. But for the hypertension, diabetes, it's around the 70%.
Sadar, I think your network is not that stable. Probably Dr. Zainab, you can compliment him.
Yes, he was about to say that for hello everyone, I'm from Albert Health as well. I'm a medical director, first of all. He was about to say that in oncology, our retention.
Sorry, I was talking. Pardon, I didn't realize it's.
Let Dr. Zainab complete the
please.
Because oncology is a bit important, and in our program with oncology, we have an engagement with doctors quite a lot. So the patients who are engaging with doctors with our platform showing more increased engagement scores. But in more chronic diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and obesity, it's a bit long term with the symptoms are a bit hidden under the chronic disease. So it's a bit boring disease for the patients, so the engagement is a bit lower when you compare with our oncology program. Yeah.
Thank you. Probably we can take one more question. Okay, if there are no other questions, then probably we can move on to the next presentation. And please use chat section if you come up with a different question, jury members. The next presentation is LyfPlus, which is an AI-powered healthcare cluster network offering telehealth, e-pharmacy, and appointment management solution. And here we go in a moment. Yeah.
And my name is William, founder and CEO of LyfPlus. We're building an integrated ecosystem that helps health facilities optimize operations and enhance clinical decisions. This is an entirely new approach, which leverages network effects and shared intelligence in one coordinated fabric. We began as a two-sided platform for telehealth and hospital appointment booking, becoming first to market and co-developing Tanzania's first digital health policies. And this gave us a strong regulatory competitive advantage. Since then, we've built the region's largest healthcare provider network and work with global institutions, the likes of German Corporation. We're honored Startup of the Year by the Prime Minister and have raised over $500,000 from global leading investors. The problem we're focusing on is fragmented healthcare ecosystem. In 2025, healthcare is exactly like aviation before 2004, banking before SWIFT, and taxis before ride hailing. Health institutions all operated as isolated islands with no coordination, no real-time visibility, and no data sharing. This causes systemic blindness and over $2 trillion in wasted spending each year. As a result, hospitals lose 30% of outpatient revenues and patients face repeated tests. As a solution, LyfPlus is building the coordinating backbone for healthcare, like SWIFT for standardized communication, radar for real-time visibility, and GPS for dynamic coordination. We call it the Intelligent Healthcare Supercluster, a platform that connects hospitals, clinics, and labs into one network to optimize operations, triage patients, and enhance clinical decisions. Imagine a maternity ward that is overwhelmed with patients, while another hospital 8 minutes away having several empty beds. With LyfPlus, facilities and patients can finally see the entire ecosystem in real time, just like air traffic control. At the hospital level, we deploy a medical scribe software called S10AI that automates clinical workflows and cut down doctors' administrative workload by 60%, at the same time converting and ingesting every interaction into structured data. We call it the hospital brain. Across facilities, or the inter-hospital level, LyfPlus becomes the ecosystem coordination fabric, enabling dynamic referral and cross-institutional patient triage. At the patient level, we deploy the LyfPlus app, which connects patients into the same intelligence, guiding them to the right facility based on real-time availability and access to telehealth follow-ups. Together, these layers form one unified data pipeline, powering the entire ecosystem. To execute across multiple layers, We deploy our technology in parts, starting with the least friction point in a land and expand strategy. We start by deploying the S10 AI, our hospital automation engine, which is also our wedge. This gives us the lowest customer acquisition cost entry point and a high lifetime value expansion pathway, with network effects compounding defensibility with new each facility added. Our numbers illustrate the compounding effect of our network strategy. Today, LyfPlus powers a network of 407 specialist doctors, 68 hospitals, and allowing us to facilitate 300 appointments monthly and generate $38,000 in monthly recurring revenues. Since inception, we've facilitated over 110,000 appointments with 120% average year-on-year growth. Our growth positions us to surpass $1 million annual recurring revenues before the end of 2026. This trajectory puts LyfPlus on the same path as Africa's most breakout startups. Our team combines over 30 years of collective experience across medicine, business, and tech with essential skills in prior entrepreneurship, policy formation, and machine learning capabilities. We're backed by world-class investors, and our advisory board includes CEOs of top VCs and multinational institutions. We're betting on making healthcare itself intelligent and building a category-defining ecosystem infrastructure play that others overlook. Join us. Thank you.
Fantastic. We have William on the call to respond to questions. Two members, please. And you may be seeing poll on your screen.
Hi, I've got a question.
Please go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right, okay, cool. I just had a quick question around sort of how, so I assume all the hospitals have a very, very fragmented and very different original data setup. How are you planning to bring all these different data silos together? And what does that have what are the implications for sort of privacy and of these patients as it is protected data?
Yes, thank you for that question. So basically, we are compliant to data standards like the FHIR, which pretty much outlines, the type of data, the APIs to call, as well as, every nitty-gritty information to be able to comply with those standards. So considering the fact that we work with different EMRs, we follow the same protocol in order to be compliant with these standards. And that way, we're able to standardize communications between different EMRs, between different hospitals, to be able to achieve that.
Thank you. Vaishali, I think you had a question.
Yeah. So thank you for the pitch. Really detailed. Can you explain the business model?
Absolutely. So we operate a B2B2C model where at one part we partner with healthcare providers, and then at another part we allow patients to access those providers to our platform. We have a partnership with Sally AI, which we are able to resell the S10 AI platform, the medical scribe software, to our partner health facilities that we work with. So basically, we have a revenue sharing model with the hospitals per appointment that we drive through our platform. And then we also charge a SaaS subscription for the S10 AI platform that we integrate with the hospitals. We also take 5% commission for tests done by our partner test facilities.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, William. And we will have to take more questions in the chat section. The next presentation is VITALERTER. It is an AI IoT hospital automation platform that enhances resident safety and operational efficiency.
Hello, my name is Miki Raviv. I am the founder and CEO of VITALERTER. VITALERTER is building the AI operating system for long-term care using contactless biosensing and automation to protect patients and reduce staff burden. Current traction shows for 2025 ARR so far is 2.5 million USD. We have already 30,000 beds under our control, which 50% are commercialized, 175 onboarding nursing homes, and currently we are working with 6 global operations, including US, China, Israel, UK, Singapore, and Germany. more than 4 judgments with governmental health institutions, and so far we raised $9 million USD. Current long-term care system is under severe strains. Globally, elderly care is collapsing under chronic staff shortages and burnout. Demand is rising while the workflow is shrinking. At the same time, care costs are exploding, margins are shrinking, and providers are being squeezed from every direction. Yet, most facilities still operate with manual, reactive systems that detect problems only. Our vision is to automate what can be automated, predict what can be predicted, and let caregivers focus on care, not administrations. VITALERTER is a 360-degree AI care operating system connecting sensing, automation, communication, and operations. We combine real-time monitoring, AI prediction, automated protocols, staff tools, and family communication in a unified platform. Our mode is a medical-grade contactless sensing plus real-world data plus deep workflow automation. This combination is extremely difficult to replicate. Operators save cost and staff time. Nurses reduce overload. Families gain transparency. Everyone wins from the same system. The aging population guarantees structural demand for the next 30 years. This is a non-cyclic expanding market. Today, we operate in 170 facilities across multiple continents, monitoring over 25,000 beds. If we take, for example, Germany, so far we have deployed in 25 facilities, which we expect to grow from 2K up to 40K by end of 27. We are launching a 10,000 bed US rollout with QWC leading compliance and point-click care integration in progress. These are active customers across Europe, Asia, and the US. This team blends healthcare operations, AI regulatory, execution, and global scaling. We generate recurring SaaS per bed, plus hardware and large-scale JV deployments. We are scaling ARR rapidly through US, Europe, and Asia, JVs with strong SaaS margins. This round accelerates US GTM, AI automation, integration, and JV scale. So currently, if we look at the competition, we treat the old-fashioned manual-based EMR, EHR system with a next-generation generative AI-based and real-time streaming solution that VITALERTER is providing. Unlike cameras, wearable, we are passive, predictive, privacy safe, and deeply integrate into operations, not just monitoring. We are raising 10 million to scale globally and lead the care automation category. We had loved to explore how to partner. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. We can take 2 questions for VITALERTER. We have Mickey on the call. Jury members, please.
Yes, hello. Could you tell us a little bit more about the sensing capabilities? You made a comment that it's not using cameras. So what sort of modality are you using for that sensing?
See this small box? By just attaching below furniture like bed, wheelchair, we monitor residents without putting nothing on his body, including continuous heart rate, respiration rate, heart rate variability, stroke volume, motion. And that's approved already by the European CE regulatory and about to be approved by end of Q1 by the US.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mickey, for showing
the sensors you developed and own. So that's the sensors are also your technology.
Yes, that's part of our key modes, which is of course backed by IP and unique knowledge, and that's a dynamic solution, because if we are dealing with the human, imagine you have 7 billion people, hundreds of millions of beds, various locations, so things need to be purely dynamically in order to continuously overcome all those challenges and make sure that you have a continuous, accurate patients monitoring.
Impressive, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mickey. We will have to take more questions in the chat section. The next presentation is Archon Wellness, which offers AI IoT integrated smart platform to promote physical activity among students. And here we go.
Hello, I'm Ella, founder and managing director of Archon Wellness Limited. Do you know physical inactive, the fourth major risk factor of death that contributes 3.2 million deaths a year? It causes over 20% of breast cancer, diabetes, heart disease. It also brings potential burden to hospital and medical service. An alarming 80% of students suffer from physical inactive. They fail to meet 60 minutes of moderate rigorous exercise daily, suggested by WHO. Girls are more serious than boys, and this habit formed often track into adulthood. Why youth avoid exercise? Lack of interest and motivation, no peer support, limited time, constraint on revenue and resources. There are problems. As a solution, Archon developed the IoT and AI integrated smart platform to promote physical activity among students using gamified and competition environment with digital awards, then track and analyze metrics. Our hero product, Smart Bike Competition Platform, turn any place into a velodrome. The platform allows maximum 6 players to enjoy bike racing, 500-meter current races or 7.1-meter races. It benefits schools with easy setup and quick competition mode, help boost motivation and strength under an indoor safety environment. First case study, Marymount Secondary School, they connect our system to 6 fitness bike and hold inter-class and inter-school competition. Taiku's Primary School, they set up a sports zone to teach students carry burns and foot, and the small bike setup fits family students. We saw a long queue of students every morning waiting to battle for the leaderboard. It also helped ADHD students to release energy. Upcoming, we will develop VR bike route to show the SDG elements in country park or historical site virtual reality exploration. The second solution is the Smart Tracker with gamified platform. The tracker is designed to track students' MVP and physical activity through mobile apps, iPad display, data collection system, cloud, and AI engine. Students are attracted by the gamified interface, and kids feel happy to play the animation evolution and the 3D background star collection system. The first solution is AI Body Fit Analytic Platform that was awarded the Smart City Partnership Award in 2022. Tutorials, challenge, and library are the key modules. We use cool 3D animated codes, skeleton detection, immediate emoji response from AI engine to attract students to do more exercise. Our system development involves 100 scouts, record 6,000 video, deep learning LSTM approach. Showcase of our bike system at Government Sports Forum Day 2025. So far, over 30,000 users participate in the fitness competition and government school projects over the past few years and successfully motivated to be more active. Together with the Hong Kong U Nursing Department, we deployed the trackers to 10 local housing estates and also 6 special care Tung Wah Hospital Youth Center. And we support the Police Cadet Training Program development with our AI Body Fit software. Coming development include enhancement of the AI fitness software and bike program with exercise for SENS and elderly, develop VR route for the bike competition platform, and lastly, integrated with AI coach to support data evaluation and recommendation. We project a steady increase of number of users and turnover over the next few years from local to international, parents and family, to reach over 1 million users and 58 million total US dollar turnover. I founded Archon in 2017 with an experienced team of electronics and IT AI specialists. We are glad to be supported by Cyberport, Professor Billy So from Hong Kong Poly U, and Dr. Sam Wong from HKPFA. They are reputable providers. As of today, Archon serves over 150 schools, NGO, local government, and with our smart sports system. Thank you for your attention, and you can reach me at this email.
Fantastic. Ella is up at midnight to respond to your questions. So any questions for Ella while she's in Hong Kong?
Hi, Ella. How does your monetizing strategy works? I mean, you're selling to schools, but how do you sell each license or each user? Can you explain a little bit on that?
Okay, thank you for your questions. So basically, we sell as a license base to school, like the Okay, for those schools who have limited budget, then we'll focus on individual system like the bike system. They buy the bikes and also the license system from us for 1 to 3 years. And so basically, they repeat the licensing based on the past 2 or 3 years we sold to this school. And for those schools we have bigger budget, we will try to sell them the whole system, including the trackers, bikes, jogging app, and also and our fitness scales, so we can give them an integral report on the performance of the students. And for that case, some of them we will charge it as per student rate. Like for each student, we charge $15, and for the whole school, we will multiply the number of students. And these are the two models we serve right now.
Any other question for Ella?
I guess I just had a question in terms of clarifying the efficacy of the product. I guess, how can you measure whether students, I guess, stay active in terms of metrics, or how can you really prove that their activity levels improve?
Okay, so we have a few system that we track on. For the tracker system, the student will wear the tracker from the beginning of the year until the end of the year. Like some of the projects last for like 8 months, and then we have a monthly report on their status, and the data was provided to school and as well as to the authorities like the government or some sports organization to evaluate the performance. And since each student they have their own trackers and ID, so we can track their performance. And for the bike system, we are also trying to have we have ID for individual students as well. So for each ride they did every day, we can track how many exercise they do for over the month. And the same as the other few platform. And we are trying to put together an integral platform to evaluate the performance in terms of endurance, physical fitness, also their flexibility, and also other parameters of the student, and how well they do compare from the beginning of the year to the second half of the semester.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ella. These are all the presentations. Thanks a lot, startups and jury members for being part of this session and making this session extremely effective and meaningful. Now, I would request our jury members to probably provide their final verdict, mention 2 or 3 startups' name that stood out from their perspective. So if you could please unmute yourself and talk about those 2 or 3 startups that you want to connect with later, or that stood out from your perspective, please feel free to do so. I think Guy has seen this kind of format in the past, so I would request Guy to go first, and while others can take their time to think about those 2 or 3 startups. Guy, please.
Yeah, of course. The startup that was most interesting to me, given my background, interests, and current occupation, is Albert Health. I think would love to learn more about the model, see if there are opportunities for proof of concept or pilots or some sort of collaborative approach. I'm curious to learn more about your approach to chronic illnesses in the psychiatric domain, given their impact on medical illnesses, and the market for that is quite large. Likewise, the work with that Genesis is doing around using AI enhancement of early detection of oncology, also something that is, I think, has tremendous potential given the aging population, the prevalence of cancer, and again, given where I am and the work that I do, would be interested in further conversations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. So Albert Health and Genesis, from your perspective, you would love to connect with them separately. Really appreciate your feedback, Guy. Appreciate it. Gitesh, could you please go next?
Yeah, sure, Pankaj. First, I'd like to thank everybody for the work they put into it. A lot of passion, a lot of insights, and just amazing innovation. So congrats to all and all the best to every single presenter and the companies they're associated with. To me, with my background, the two that stood out to me was first PathKeeper Surgical. I think the U.S. market entry for something like a capital type investment, and what's the strategy around that? How do you engage with hospitals? How do you build momentum? And also complement that with some business development strategies where you can't beat the large players who are going to elbow you out. So there might be an opportunity to partner as well. So that was one that jumped out to me. The other one was LyfPlus, and really kind of the innovation that they're bringing around integrating and creating this collective intelligence around the hospital. So I think that their model is really sharp, and the need for that is really high. So those are the two that jumped out to me.
Fantastic. So PathKeeper and LyfPlus from Gitesh, your perspective. Appreciate your feedback. Jonathan, do you want to go next, please?
Sure, thank you. No, the same way, and thank you to everybody on all sides. I mean, Siddharth, I know we were on the roast day previously, and I do like the Albert Health model. I mean, it's disappointing that you already seem to be making inroads in the Middle East. Otherwise, we'd like to try and find you partners there. But sort of definitely would be interested to connect and see whether we may be able to help in any other ways. And really, I mean, VITALERTER, I'm a big fan of the model there. I mean, we've been looking at care homes as sort of more sort of real estate and operating investments in the UK, and I think all of the points you make on staff shortages and using technology to improve service levels all make a lot of sense. And when I like the business, I think, from a scalable perspective, and the combination of hardware and software, and I think it's sort of easy to sell, easy to put in place. It's a business you can see, scaling massively from here.
Fantastic, Jonathan. So Albert Health and VITALERTER from your perspective. Appreciate that. Who wants to go next? Maureen, would you be okay? Please go ahead.
Absolutely. Fantastic slate of companies. I think all really strong. One that stood out in particular for me was, I'm probably mispronouncing it, Gense Technology with Metascan. I think that but I work with so many partners that are thinking about kind of the metabolic health and all of the complications related to that. So, I think, we need more solutions around fatty liver disease, as prevalence of diabetes, continues to be a critical problem. The fact that you can kind of expand into chronic kidney, I think makes for a really interesting technology and interesting space for you to play in.
Thank you. So Gense Technologies from your perspective, Maureen. Lucas, I don't know if you're still here, but if you want to talk about one or two startups before you leave. I think he's not here. Okay, Marie or Annalisa, who wants to?
Yeah,
go ahead, please.
Thanks to all the presenters. Very great selection of startups. So what stood out to me is also Genesis. I would be particularly interested in seeing whether you are or would be active in low and middle income countries, given that 70% of cancer deaths occur in those geographies. And we are actively seeking startups that are active in those regions. So I would love to speak more about that. And secondly, I think so similar selection as Guy. I also liked Albert Health because I see a lot of people trying to work on adherence. We see that it's a huge problem. And would love to dive more into that with you. Thanks.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Marie. Appreciate that. Anuj, do you want to go next, please?
Sure. First of all, congratulations to everyone. These were like really amazing startup ideas, and really wish you all the best. One that really stood out to me, because the background that we invest in like technology, AI-based companies. So Genesis Medical definitely stood out to me. Its particular involvement, especially with AI, how they are trying to utilize that, even the partnership that they have currently, that's something that makes it like very VC investable as well. So that's one that really stood out to me.
Thank you. I'm sure Shai must be pretty happy to hear his name again and again. So thanks a lot for that. Spencer, do you want to go next, please?
Yeah, happy to. Yeah, and congratulations to all the companies here. You guys have great startup ideas, and it was really fun hearing and listening. And thank you. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Podcast is a great event, and I appreciate you putting this all together. The company that kind of stood out most to me was LyfPlus. I thought it was definitely interesting bringing this infrastructure um, into developing countries to be able to build out, strong infrastructure for hospitals on the patient-facing side and hospital-facing side. And that was a cool idea.
Thank you, Spencer. So LyfPlus from your perspective, appreciate that. And Alyssa, please.
Well, first of all, thank you all, startups and presenters. Good luck with your solutions for the future. Two solutions I particularly I have interest on were Genesis Medical Vision, because supporting and co-piloting radiologists for cancer diagnostics is a current unmet need still. It's a crowded market for now, but the best solutions are still missing. So it's good to have research that still focuses on that area, and there is still room for optimization, I believe. Another solution I particularly appreciated is VITALERTER. Since I had a background in a research hospital, it would be interesting to track hospital data, keep track of patients inside the hospital, staying at the hospital, with a more optimized approach than the standard.
Thank you. So VITALERTER and Genesis Medical Vision from your perspective, Analisa. Thanks a lot. Vaishali, are you there?
I am indeed. Just dying. So I love the startups. Congratulations. I think the quality has been really, really good. I will say though, because of the use cases that we have, I could probably talk to all of them. However, if I have to pick my favorite ones pitch-wise, Genesis did a great job. In terms of use cases, because of the diagnostics side and the data element that I work with on an operator basis, Gense, I think it is, Albert, and VITALERTER would be great as well as Genesis. So I think the use cases for all of these in the patient setting, as well as the support for clinicians, is going to be so key.
Fantastic. Genesis, Gense, VITALERTER, and Albert Health. Vaishali, from your perspective, thanks a lot for that.
Thank you.
Justice, could you please go next?
Yeah, for sure. Just want to say thanks so much for hosting this event. It was great to meet all the startups and see a lot of new faces. And coming from a digital health background, at Esplanade, we do digital health. I think one that stood out to me was Albert Health. Me personally, I'm pretty interested within payers and insurers. And from what I remember, I think you guys built your business model around selling chronic disease platforms to insurers and health systems. Also remembered you guys had some strong commercial traction with pilots and insurers, but also some clinical results and regulatory validation, and was interested in your future product roadmap on how you also plan to expand potentially with more insurers and pharma and broader, I think, Europe positioning.
Thank you, Justice. So Albert Health from your perspective. Lisa, did you get a chance to speak up?
No, I have not. But no, I wanted to thank everyone for their pitches. It was really interesting to see, and I thought every single one is addressing a genuine unmet need and really has a novel angle. From my side, and sort of thinking about from the investment standpoint that we have at Wellington, Genesis Medical Vision and PathKeeper Surgical will be the ones that would be most likely align with our investment thesis, as we are very in the deep life science tech space. So that would be most aligned for us. Yeah. So those were very cool.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. So Genesis Medical Vision and PathKeeper from your firm's perspective. Anybody who wants to sort of unmute themselves and speak up and probably talk about one or two startups that stood out from their perspective? I see a couple of friends here, a couple of doctors. I don't know if they want to unmute, show their face. Okay, but yeah, thanks everybody for joining us today for this session. I think this has been extremely fantastic, very efficient conversation today. I'm sure that startups learned a lot from the questions that you asked and from the feedback that you offered during the Q&A session. Again, as you all understand, it's very difficult to put all the information about the solution, go-to-market strategy, differentiation, value proposition, traction in the 4 minutes long presentation. And that's why I would request you to schedule separate one-on-one conversation with these startups, do a deep dive and see how you can support them their growth journey. If there are investment opportunities, great. If not, even if they get your feedback, your insights, your guidance on, hey, this is how your GTM may look like, or this is how your product roadmap may look like, I think that's perfectly all right. Startup founders are always hungry for genuine, brutal feedback, for guidance, for connections, and for the support coming from the industry leaders. So again, really appreciate your time today. And obviously, special thanks to startups for putting all the information in that 4 minutes long presentation. It's not easy. I think we will reconnect later, have more conversations, figure out how we can collaborate with each other, build a long-term relationship. So please stay in touch, follow our page. I don't know if it is too cringe to request for that, but thanks for your time today. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, all. Bye.
And we'll see all of you soon. Take care. Bye. Stay safe.